You want to talk about Angel Reese's podcast? My phone is about to die, so I won't play the clips, and we don't have to react to the clips.
Yeah,
because they're not necessary for us to react to have this conversation.
Sure.
But she had Kayla Nicole on her podcast recently.
This, I mean,
which blew up the timeline. And I don't even want to talk about the shit that went viral, truly, because that's not who we are. That's not who we are.
But I think it is needed context to say it worked.
It did work.
It worked.
Which so I'm gonna say this because that is the question I want to ask.
Yeah.
The first clip I saw go viral was she asks about going 50-50 with Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. That worked. And then the one that really worked was her Kayla Nicole talking about the crazy thing she ever did, and it was dressing up like Tiana Taylor. And it worked. Like that clip on Twitter had like 6 million views.
Yeah.
And you say it worked. And my question I want to ask is, who is that podcast for? Like, legitimately speaking, who is meant to be the audience of that podcast? Like, I know, let me give you context to who Angel Reese is. Angel Reese is professional basketball player.
Yeah.
Most professional athletes, when they do podcasts, it's about the sport. Mm-hmm. Michael Parsons and Darius, aka Darius Slay, but we call him Darius in Philly because we're not fucking right now. Darius, they do podcasts, but their podcasts are about the sport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paul George is a current player, but he does a podcast about the sport. Jeff Teague is a former player, but he does a podcast about the sport. Most player-focused podcasts is about the sport they played.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? That's usually what they do.
Yeah.
There are rare occurrences where they don't, like All the Smoke had Kamala Harris on.
Yeah, there's weird variances.
It's weird variances, but most player podcasts are about the sport.
Yes.
So when you look at Angel Reese and you see her podcast, it's her doing she has 7 guests and only 3 of them has been ex-athletes or current athletes. Mm-hmm. It's been Cheryl Swoops, Dwayne Wade, and I think that's it, to be honest. I think it's only 2.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And she has Lotto, Mariah the Scientist, Kayla Nicole, people like that. It's like, who is this for? Is it meant to be a pop culture thing? Or is it like, what is it? Now, she said that she made it to control her narrative. But the Kayla Nicole episode was her doing a Oprah style interview.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with her.
It has nothing to do with her.
Yes.
And I'm not saying this as a misogynist. I'm not saying as a hater of Angel Reese, because I love Angel Reese. Yeah. I love Angel Reese as just as much as I love Kayla Clark, but I love them for different reasons. Mm-hmm. Like I've said before in this podcast, but I'll say it again. I think Angel Reese is the biggest star VW has, and I think Kayla Clark is the biggest player the W has. Okay. Where people want to follow Angel Reese, the social media person, the socialite. People want to watch Kayla Clark play basketball, but both of them are net positive for the league.
And they both are tied to each other because of the rivalry.
Yeah. Right. So you know what I'm saying? I think they're separate. But I like Angel Reese. Now, granted, I think her game is awful to watch. I think she
low rebounds.
Last season she shot 25% from 10 feet and in. That's an awful game to watch. That's a real stat. Look it up. She shot 25% from. She shot 25%.
35 rebounds a game though. I
don't give a fuck about rebounds. Andre Drummond got rebounds. He a backup center. I'm gonna be honest. But I don't got nothing to do with her as a person. I support Angel Reese because I think she's a good trash talker. I think she's a good villain. She got a hope. My problem with Angel Reese is she has to figure out her marketing. I think she has a bad team around her. Mm-hmm. Her team is not doing her no favors.
Well, okay.
Because if they had a good team around her, they would know that her having the season she just had, which for all pretty good season.
Okay.
Pretty good season.
Okay.
Not a great season. They missed the playoffs. When Kayla Clark, her art rival, made the playoffs. Now, some people will say that they didn't make the playoffs because of Kayla Clark. You're lying to yourself. The team was virtually the same. The only addition they added was the number 1 pick, which is Kayla Clark. By the way, they had the number 1 pick from the year previous, Aaliyah Boston on their team. Kayla Clark helped that team make the playoffs. If you watch the W, granted, my girlfriend played college basketball. Me and her talk about this all the time. Let me tell you something. I know a lot about women's basketball.
There we go.
I'm tapped in.
You know that the Ringer recently started a W pod.
I'm trying to start one. I'm trying to get my.
I think right now there is a. Angel Reese ain't fulfilling that market. I'll tell you that much.
Say something. My girl, one of her friends she played with in college. She's a coach for the Los Angeles team. I forgot the name of it.
Oh wow.
Okay. She's like assistant coach.
Okay. Well,
Like now I'm trying to convince her, like, babe, maybe in her off season I can record the pod, I'll put it out.
we could do something, yeah.
I'm like, and during the season we can do Zooms. I'm trying to, but
no, because right now there's.
By the way, it wasn't even my idea. My girl, she brought it to me like, I want to do a podcast. I'm like, babe, you know this I do for a profession. Like I built shows profession. I got a history of it. I can make this shit pop.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Like,
but anyways, it's not gonna
whatever.
So
I'm getting distracted. But so yeah, if anybody knows
her team, you were talking about.
Yes, if anybody knows W in basketball, it's me. Me and my girl debate this all the time.
Yeah,
she is not a fan of Caitlin Clark. She just thinks she's ugly, but she can't deny she a hooper.
Right,
she a bucket. Also, my girl don't like Caitlin Clark because she played with guards like that before. My girl was a 4. She was power forward.
It's probably the bane of their existence.
Yeah. So she hate like ball dominant guards.
Yeah, swifty guards.
Yeah, she like, give me the ball. Let me work in the post. Real shit. I'm not making this another show.
It's funny.
But I don't know. I think Angel Reese's team is not doing her any favors with how she is being promoted and marketed.
I can agree with that. I pulled up her podcast just to get some details because you're asking like, what is this podcast? What is she trying to do with this? First, it's called Unapologetically Angel.
Yeah, but she do interviews though.
She does do interviews, which is funny. So here's
it's not unapologetically. It's not unapologetically her. She do interviews.
Here's the description. Every week, Angel Reese will engage in unfiltered conversations featuring an all-star cast of guests while delving into a wide range of topics that captivate Reese and her friends. Whole lot of nothing,
bro. ChatGPT wrote that.
Yeah, that meant nothing. Here's the guests that she's had so far. First episode, there is no guest on the.
Yeah, no, that was just her and like
a
team,
friend, I guess, or something. So that was like the first episode, and I guess that's what you would think the show would be.
It was just
her just talking.
Yeah,
about whatever.
It quickly changed.
Second episode, Polo G. Crazy pivot. Didn't even know Polo G did it. Second episode.
Polo G was the guy's name.
Third episode was Lotto Mariah. That one, we saw a lot of clips from. Next one was Cheryl Swoops. Is that a W
former
player?
basketball player?
Former player?
Former
okay.
W.
So getting back to some hoops in there. Next episode, D Wade.
D Wade, which is, we got back to hoops for a second.
Hoops, and then the next episode right after that is Kayla Nicole. So it looks like they're trying to do both, and maybe that's where my problem lies. Pick a side.
Yeah.
If you want to be a pop culture podcast, be that. It's not because, by the way, last thing I forgot to mention, it is under the basketball category.
Yeah, it's not a basketball show.
No, but
it should be though. It should be.
Well, I was going to ask you this: why should it be?
Here's why it should be.
Okay.
The W is experiencing a boom.
Okay.
It's an experiencing a bunch of new fans who never consumed W content ever before.
Yes.
What would be great for Angel and the W, because by the way, Angel's going to be a role player in 3 years. She would not be a star player on that team because they're going to pick high again this year and high again the next year. And Angel's just going to be a role player, just another player on a championship team. Hopefully, that's what you hope Angel Reese to be.
Yeah.
If Angel Reese is the best player on your team, you're never winning.
Well, there we go.
That's just a fact. Like look at her numbers.
Feels bad as Sixers fans, Yeah.
Huh?
Feels bad as Sixers fans because
no,
we're currently experiencing.
Yeah.
Our ceiling's kind of.
Joel Embiid is the best player on my team. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying if Angel Reese is the best player on your team, you never win a championship.
Yeah.
She is not the scorer that you. She's not Aja Wilson. Aja Wilson is a big, but she can score. She can do everything on the court. Aja can do everything. Excuse me.
Angel
can do everything. So I think what I'm saying is I think for her, it would have been amazing for her to have the show that is about the W.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? When you talk to other women in the W, you talk to ex-players of the W, you talk to ex-athletes, talk to people who want to learn more about the W, and this could be the opening for more people to learn about the W. And then she don't get hate. Know why? Because, we love you now. You're teaching us about this thing that we all want to learn more about. Everybody's talking about it. We all want to consume it. Yo, last Sunday, we turned off the Panthers game to watch the W game. Literally out at the bar. We was like, yo, can we turn this TV on to the W finals? With the W finals on was on in a bar.
It's crazy.
On football Sunday.
You couldn't say that 2 years ago even.
No, you could say that 12 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like it's changing. It's happening in real time.
It's growing, yeah.
But she could have been the platform, the person that really helped the expansion, but instead she having rappers on.
Well, listen,
and people that don't matter. But let me tell you why that's bad. That's a bad look.
Okay.
With the growing fan base, What you learn very quickly about sports fans care about the optics.
Sure, yeah.
So we care. So let me get something personal that happened to me personally in my personal life. Excuse me, aka what the Eagles did. Darius went on Michael Parsons' podcast.
Yeah.
The week after a bad loss, and he was on there laughing. Laughing. When your team lose, you should never laugh.
Yeah.
When your team lose, Darius Slay got killed to the point where he had to private his account.
I remember, yeah.
Nigga got 300,000 subscribers. But the ops is in there, bro. The ops already in there. He had a private account like we not already following you, nigga. We here, bitch. Right? So I'm saying that like that's on like a micro. Imagine doing that every game. After every game, you fucking lose. Y'all fucking win 12 games a season, and then you going and go interviewing Drewski.
Yeah.
Bitch, get on the court. Get on the court. Why the fuck are you talking?
I think you were seeing that.
It's bad optically.
No, I agree, but I think because I see the way you're putting it, and I guess Angel Reese is kind of a trailblazer of active athlete shows and podcasts. It's ever been to this level where, like, because we've seen,
but it's a problem though, bro.
It is a problem, but I'm just saying it's the first of its kind, is what I'm saying.
But that's not
I'm not saying it's good.
That's not about the sport.
Yeah, where it's like you're an active player, but you're doing bad, but you're just having a regular show.
But here's the problem: like, I think that the women girl boss gaslight are going to say, "Well, why can't she do both?"
That's right.
Because that's not how it fucking works.
Yeah, this is why
I'm sorry to tell you, but we hold male athletes to the same standard.
Yeah.
This isn't misogyny.
Oh,
this isn't because I know the girl boss gaslight team. Them gonna be like, well, male athlete. No, this isn't that. We hold male athletes.
Well, you just gave an example. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If Jalen Hurts was running around doing a podcast every week that wasn't about the sport.
Yeah.
I would kill him.
Yeah,
every
of
week.
Course. Yeah.
Jason Kelsey and his brother did a podcast every week when they played that one year. That was about the sport.
Mm-hmm.
They talked about what happened in the NFL every week.
This is why I say this is brand new, never seen before territory that we're in right now.
But everybody always if you're active, you do it about the sport.
Right.
Because at least you're locked into the game. Yeah. You're paying attention to the game still.
Yeah.
Potty mouth. Stop playing.
Well, hello, potty mouth.